Today our topic is using intercepts. So our learning target is how can I identify x and y intercepts. X-intercept. It's the point where the line crosses the x-axis, the point where y equals 0. So if we look at our graph, this is the x-axis. So the point where our line crosses the x-axis right here is our x-intercept, and it crosses at -4, 0. So our x-coordinate is -4 and our y-coordinate is 0. For the y-intercept, it's the opposite. It's the point where the line crosses the y-axis. So it's the point where x equals 0. So if we look at our y-axis right here, our line crosses the y-axis right here, and that's the point 0, -3. So our x-coordinate is 0, our y-coordinate is -3. All right, so we are going to use the intercepts to graph a function. So find the x-intercepts and the y-intercept of 2x plus 6y equals 12, and then we're going to graph the equation. So to find an x-intercept, we have to set the opposite variable, so y equal to 0, and then solve for x. So if we look at our equation, 2x plus 6y equals 12. We have 2x plus 6y equals 12. Set y equal to 0. So if y is equal to 0, that means we can replace y with 0. 2x plus 6 times 0 equals 12. What is 6 times 0? 6 times 0 is 0. So this becomes 0 plus 2x equals 12. 2x plus 0 is just 2x equals 12. Divide both sides by 2, and we get x equals 6. So our x-intercept is 6, 0. So really, if you look at it, it just kind of deletes the y piece and leaves you with the 2x and the 12. Right here we have the 2x and the 12. So now we need to do our y-intercept. We need to solve for our y-intercept, which is the opposite of solving for your x-intercept. So we set the x variable equal to 0 and solve for y. So again, we're using that same equation that we started with right here. 2x plus 6y equals 12. So we have 2x plus 6y equals 12. We're setting x equal to 0, which means we can replace x with 0. Two times 0 is 0, plus 6y equals 12. 0 plus 6y is just 6y equals 12. Divide both sides by 6 to get y by itself. We get y equals 2. So that means our y-intercept is 0, 2, because x was equal to 0, and then y equaled 2. So we make that a coordinate point, which is 0, 2. Now we just have to use those intercepts to graph. We have our x-intercept is 6, 0. So we plot the point 6, 0, which should be on our x-axis because it's our x-intercept. Then we have our y-intercept, which is 0, 2, right there on our y-axis because it's our y-intercept. And then we just connect the points. And there we have our line, our function. One last example just to make sure we get it. We have, again, find the x-intercept and the y-intercept of 3x minus 2y equals 6. All right, so for our first one, we're going to do our x-intercept. So again, remember, x-intercept is setting y equal to 0 and solving for x. So we know y equals 0. Now we just need to figure out what x is equal to. So we have 3x minus 2y equals 6. That's the equation we were given. Replace y with 0 because we know y is equal to 0. 3x minus 2 times 0 equals 6. 2 times 0 is 0. 3x minus 0 is just 3x. So we have 3x equals 6. Divide both sides by 3, and we get x equals 2. So we have y equals 0, x equals 2, which makes the coordinate point 2, 0. So that would be our x-intercept, which would be right there on our coordinate graph. Do the same thing, but now we're solving for the y-intercept. So now we're going to set x equal to 0 and solve for y. So now we know x is equal to 0. Use that same equation, 3x minus 2y equals 0. Plug 0 in for x. We have 3 times 0 minus 2y equals 6. 3 times 0 is 0, minus 2y equals 6. Now careful on this one, 0 minus 2y is going to be negative 2y. That negative sign is going to stay with the 2, equals 6. We have negative 2y equals 6, so we have to divide both sides by negative 2 to get y by itself, and y equals negative 3. So if x equals 0 and y equals negative 3, that's the coordinate point 0, negative 3, which would go right there for our y-intercept, which when we graph it would be right there, 0, negative 3 on our y-axis. And then we just connect our points with a line, and we have graphed the equation using our x and y intercepts. That is all the notes that I have for you today. Thank you for watching this video, and please subscribe to my YouTube channel.